Bonnie Eagle. This is Mr. Harris, principal of Bonnie Eagle Middle School today, and we're joined with a special guest, Miss McGuire, assistant principal of Bonnie Eagle High School.
Hi.
Very exciting, very exciting. Mr. Oyster over here again, assistant principal. Mr. Harris, what do we got to talk about today?
We got a few things on top that we just want to get out there to everybody. We want to start with, today is Wednesday, February 19th, and we want to wish the Bonnie Eagle Scots good luck as they work to beat TA at the high school basketball playoffs tonight. Go Scots! Here we go, a little high five here. Here we go.
6 p.m., right? 6 p.m. tip-off. All right.
Yep, they used to call it the Civic Center, but I don't know what it is now. The Cross Insurance something around there. Arena, because the Cross Insurance Center is in Bangor.
We don't want to get confused.
And so it's in Portland at the Cross Insurance Arena tonight at 6 o'clock. We hope to see you there, if you see this by then. We also want to talk today about the MEAs. Those are the standardized tests that every kid from 4th grade through middle school takes, and they take something again in 11th grade, but it's not the MEAs anymore. They take the SATs.
They take the SATs.
We'll talk about that a little bit, kind of, in a little bit here. But really, we just want to make sure that parents and the whole community gets to know that we'll be taking those MEAs here at the middle school the week of the 16th of March. So the 16th through the 20th. Please make sure your students are getting plenty of sleep. Try to keep them off that internet and social media at night.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. We're also going to have, we just want to make sure our kids are rested. We sent a letter out earlier today talking about parents, please donate snacks. And those help, full bellies help test better.
Not a letter. It will not be in your mailbox.
Oh,
it's
right.
Email. But it's there, yes. So if there's some donations for snacks, we always take those. Schedules will be weird for kids that days, but those days they'll get used to it pretty quick. But it's kind of a grueling week. We just want to make sure everybody's ready to go.
Right. Do you want to talk about the Dine Discuss opportunities coming up for 8th graders, Ms. McGuire?
I'd love to. So we have on February 26th, we're inviting all 8th grade parents and students, you're welcome to bring your kiddos, to a Dine and Discuss with a pasta dinner and lots of information about the transition to high school. How to make it easier, how to be prepared. This comes right before your students are going to be choosing what classes they want to take in high school. There's not a lot of choice in what they take as a freshman, but there is some, and so it's really important to be aware and know kind of what your kids are looking at over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
And I think it's a good opportunity for kids and families to get into the high school,
100%.
kind of see the layout of the building, meet some of the staff members that will be there. Like, who attends for staff members from the high school?
So generally from the high school you're going to meet, most of our guidance counselors are there and our administrators. Sometimes we have 1 or 2 teachers come to talk about their experiences, but mostly it's going to be the people that are helping you with the transition more than the actual teachers. You'll get to meet them at the end of March after Step Up Day.
And I believe an email gets sent home to parents about that as well?
Yep.
So has that gone home yet? Do you know when that goes out?
I think that email came from you guys.
Yeah, so we sent it out.
Yeah, people know about it.
Only to 8th grade families. But again, parents and students alike, if you're in 8th grade, you're welcome to come.
Free dinner.
You got it. Well, free, but I'm making it, so you might want to eat before.
It's free for these people. They can just show up and eat.
Do we need to RSVP for that?
You don't need to RSVP, but we don't mind a heads up as to who's coming, and you can contact our student services office or guidance office.
Meatballs?
Meatballs.
Rolls?
Maybe.
Okay. Salad?
I
salad?
like them.
Usually salad. We don't bring dessert, so if you folks want to bring along some dessert to share, we wouldn't mind the additional piece. We really can only pull off dinner with what we've got for folks.
So 8th grade families, bring a dessert, bring a dish if you wish, dessert dish, on the 26th of February. What time was that?
So the shindig starts at about 6:15. Some of you have gotten an extra letter. Because this year we have a new program called Stretch Academy.
Right.
So if your student qualifies based on their NWEA and MEA scores in previous years, they have gotten a letter, and it's gone home to you folks. And we know that some people have gotten it because we've done some pretty good outreach at this point. To talk about Stretch Academy, which is how we make sure that our strongest students are able to reach their best potential in their 4 years.
Their full potential. It's like the motto of Bonnie Eagle.
You got it.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that they get the right path right from the first moment they walk in, to be a tough curriculum, a good setup, and the best foot forward for college admissions.
Awesome. And for life.
And well, yes, 100%. They learn a lot of skills beyond just math and science and English.
Absolutely.
So those folks are invited at 5:30 to the high school. We'll have a meeting there. I would plan that everything's going to be in the library. You might find some signs in the lobby moving us from place to place. It really depends on our numbers. The more, the merrier. We are willing to be flexible.
So those who got the invite letter for 5:30.
5:30.
Everybody else at
6:15 probably.
6:15. Yeah. And when do we eat, or when do you eat?
Oh,
Because middle school won't be there.
You eat while we talk. So we talk to you while you get to enjoy dinner.
Oh, excellent. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'd also like to just share with all of our families here that we're doing 3 nights of conferences this year. We're going to shake it up and do something different. We're going to call it a Show What You Know, a student showcase. We've gotten a lot of feedback over the years about spring conferences, and with parents emailing and a lot of communication back and forth between school and home, we hear that a lot of times at spring conferences, people come and they feel like, I only get so much time with my teachers, and they felt really rushed. And I also recognize the fact that a lot of stuff is done on their laptops, and so kids aren't bringing something home to put on the refrigerator at night. So we're going to mix it up a little bit this year, and we're asking every clan to do a Show What You Know night, where parents, it's more of an open house, and kids will display something that they're proud of, some work that they've done, maybe some interdisciplinary work. I've heard about some clans doing like a cultural festival, all kinds of different things based on what the needs of the clan are. And so we're going to invite parents to those for one of those nights of conferences. We expect people who've been here for conferences in the past know the parking lot fills up and is overflowing, and people are parking on the lawn or on top of snowbanks, and it's kind of a mess. So we're going to do 3 nights, and the teachers will be here for 2 of those nights. One night will be, they're going to invite parents to come talk if they have concerns about students and might need a longer time to meet. So it might be a 20 or 30-minute conference rather than those 5-10-minute conferences. And then the second night will be everybody from the clan is welcome to come and attend and see what those students have to show, what they've learned this year, a real showcase of learning. I picture kind of like the art show or some of the chorus and band concert kind of thing. So things that we're proud of, we want to show that off, and we want parents and our whole community to see that. So please invite your parents, grandparents, friends, family, whatever, to come to the Show What You Know night. And again, if you get invited, please come to those nights so you can learn more about your students and how we can help them reach their full potential.
And there'll be a little bit more information, I imagine, coming out from clans soon about which days they're meeting with you.
So we've kind of spread out the clans over those 3 nights so we don't fill the parking lots up.
Perfect.
Yeah, you want to talk about supervision?
Yeah, so one thing that we try to do here, maybe even more so than teaching kids and educating them, is just keeping everybody safe. We are more than happy to do that from about 7:10 till 2 when they get on a bus, or later if they're staying for a club, or even later after activity buses if they're here for a sport. But we don't want to have the kids end up in situations where they're not supervised. So, once a student leaves our property, and a lot of kids do it by riding home on the bus or by getting picked up. Some kids do end up walking, but once they hit Route 35 or Saco Road and they're off the middle school property, they're not allowed back unless they are with an adult who's going to supervise them. So they can't walk away and then come back for a game. They can't walk away and then try to take an activity bus home. We want to make sure that while kids are here, we know where they are, we know what they're doing. They can't just stay after school and kind of wander around and pop into classrooms. We've got to know where everybody is and that everybody's safe and taken care of.
So we're asking for parents' help in just reinforcing that message with your children. So if your child says, hey, I want to walk to Lowe's after school, well, let's not allow them to do that, right? Like if you allow it, we're going to have to let them go, and we don't know where they go after that. We don't know what's going on there, and kids these days kids every day. I mean, I was a kid once.
What?
Yeah, every day it gets a little further away. But I still remember some of those things that I assume we all did, and we were obviously good kids, and most of our kids at Bonnie Eagle are good kids too. But we want to just make sure that they're supervised and that good things are happening to our children. And we don't want to see anybody get hurt or injured or in trouble.
Right, nobody has any bad intentions, but we just don't want kids in situations that they don't want to be in.
That's completely avoidable.
Yeah.
So,
And that's pretty consistent with what we do at the high school. We don't let kids get in other kids' cars, drive away and come back and then get on an activity bus. We don't let them go to Lowe's and get on an activity bus. So it's a rule that's going to stick with them for their whole time with us.
yeah. So if you're not staying after for a club or sport, please go home on the activity bus or on your regular bus. Sorry.
Regular bus.
Regular
2
bus.
o'clock, 2:15.
Right. Activity buses are only those who stay after for school activities.
Is that why it's called activity bus?
I think that's why. I think that's how it got its name. Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird. Yeah. It was here before me. How about you, Mr. Oyster? They always had the
Always had
activity
activity buses. Always been called activity buses.
buses. Weird.
Have I been here longer than anybody? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm 8 years here at Bonnie Eagle Middle School as administrator.
7.
13.
Jeez.
13, yeah. 2007, I taught math to 6th graders.
All right, so we seem to be rambling, but we want to say, go Scots.
BTA.
Here we go.